Carlos Ravelo de Telemundo 39. Luka, muy buenas noches. Ha sido realista en estos playoffs. No se acaba hasta que un equipo gane 4 partidos. ¿Cuál es tu mensaje para la afición y cómo lo ves para lo que sigue? Gracias.
Hay que ser positivos y ya está. Muy positivos. Al final es primero a 4 y hay que ser positivos.
Jake here in the fifth row.
Jake Fisher with Yahoo Sports. Luka, I know elephant hunting is a big part of your guys' offensive strategy. How does it feel from your perspective to kind of be that on Boston's side of things? And what kind of responsibility do you think you can take to improve in that area moving forward?
No, it's okay. Every time they draw it, you basically call a foul. So I try to be better. Gotta get better.
Middle here.
Blake Elliott, 105 through the fan. Luka, just take us through, right here in the middle, just take us through your emotions when you foul out of the game and you see your team trying to fight back into it.
I mean, yeah, we had a good chance. We were close. Just didn't get it. I wish I was out there.
Any other questions for Luka? Got Tim right here, first row.
Tim McMahon, ESPN. Luka, what did you think of the whistles that went against you in the fourth quarter?
I mean, I don't know. We couldn't play physical, so I don't know. I don't want to say nothing, but 6 foul in the NBA Finals, where I'm like this. Come on, man. Better than that.
You guys came out cooking in the first quarter. I think 25 points to like 7 minutes. What happened to make to bog down the offense? What happened to make scoring more difficult there?
I think we should just keep playing, with the same energy. Keep the same people in. We were rolling down there, but then they came back. At some point we were down 21-2 in the fourth quarter, and we came back. So we're gonna still believe till the end.
Brad Townsend, Dallas Morning News. We know you've only fouled out 3 times in the NBA. Have you ever had 4 fouls called on you in that short of a span?
Sorry?
Do you ever recall having 4 fouls on you being called in that short of a span?
Not really. I don't think it never happened to me. I remember.
And what did you guys do right to turn around the game and pull off that 20-2 rally?
Just playing with pace. They didn't. We played good defense, and then we played with pace. Just driving, kicking, and that's how we got back to the game.
Tomer here on the left.
Tomer with Charlie with Clutch Points. Luka, you mentioned staying positive. I guess, again, scoring just seems to be a big issue for you guys. What outside of just staying positive can you guys do? Are you seeing the process that you want to offensively, or are there more things you need to see out there?
I think we got to figure out some things. We played 3 times against them now, so we're getting to know them. But I think being down 21 in third game and then came back, was really a positive thing for us.
Dan here on the left.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports over here, Luka. I think the number is 156 teams been down 3-0 in a series. Not one has come back yet. Having come so close tonight with that sort of best punch you through, how do you get into the right mindset to be able to get one on the board in Game 4?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not over till it's over. So we just got to believe. Like I always say, it's first to 4. We're going to stay together. We lose together, we win together, so we got to stay together.
8th row on the left in the back.
Luka, Kevin Sherrington, Dallas Morning News. 4 years ago, Jerry West had a lot of really nice things to say about you, projected how great he thought you were going to be. I wonder what that meant to you when he said that, and what were your thoughts about his passing?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't see what he said. I don't know, but he was a legend. We're all gonna miss him. He's the logo, so he was an amazing player. I wasn't born yet, but I saw some highlights. He was an amazing player.
Hola, Luka. Saber cómo estás y cómo afecta el hecho de que entre este partido y el cuarto sea los dos partidos en los que hay menos tiempo de recuperar. Mañana ya estáis con el Media Day y pasado jugando otra vez.
Sí, bueno, así ha sido todos los playoffs de antes, así que hay que prepararse, descansar mañana y a por el cuarto partido. Bien, bien. Good.
Last row, last question.
Mojca, Radio Slovenija. Luka, kako se zdaj izbrati in pripraviti na naslednjo tekmo in pozabiti to, kar se je zdaj zgodilo? Kako nekako držati visoko moralo?
Gremo naprej, mislim. Naslednja tekma je najbolj važna, tako da moramo iti tekmo po tekmo. Moramo zmagati 4, tako da treba se pripraviti.
Thanks, Luka.
Hi, Kyrie. Josh Bowe, MavsMoneyball.com. Feels like Boston in this series is doing everything they can to take away Gafford lively lobs and Washington corner threes. What do you feel like now, 3 games in? Is there a counter to that for you guys, or how do you feel about that going forward in the series?
I mean, they're a good team. They're going to make adjustments. They know how much of our offense over the this playoff run has been predicated on getting easy looks for our bigs. So they've been taking it away, putting guards on the bigs and not really helping off them. A lot of one-on-one defense. So just about us finishing, and then hopefully that creates some space where we could throw the lob.
Dwayne on the right.
Dwayne Price, Mavs.com. Kyrie, when Luka fouled out, what was the mindset of the team, and also did you feel like at that time you had to take over the game?
I mean, I don't think I really had a choice. It was unfortunate that the foul was called. Luka picked up his 5th and 6th, and I think in a matter of a 3-minute span or a 2-minute span. So it's tough, but we still had to figure out a way to win the basketball game. We put our best foot forward, especially being down 21. We easily could have packed up and folded, but we didn't give up. We kept playing, and the guys that were out there, we kept competing, and we felt like we gave ourselves a chance to win down the stretch. They obviously made some big plays, some big shots, so you got to give them credit. But we got to play the way we played, being down 21 the whole entire game, playing with that pace, playing with that pride. That's what's got us here today. But when you're going against a good juggernaut offensive team like Boston Celtics, they're going to make you pay for mistakes, and you got to give them credit.
Second row here on the left, Steve.
Steve Ashburner, NBA.com. When Luka did foul out, I mean, you know what you have to do. The building kind of sagged. Did you search your teammates' faces and body language to make sure that they were up for, what was left of this game?
Yeah, but it was a quick look. I mean, we're in NBA Finals. I'm not really thinking that I got to tell my guys that we still have a chance to win the game. We're only down by 3 points. But yeah, I think probably in that stretch, I definitely could have done a better job of just settling them. For what's coming. Drew was picking me up full court. They knew that they were going to pressure me, to get the ball out of my hands. So I just tried to make the right plays and make sure guys were in the right spots and, have them understand that we still have a chance to win this basketball game. That was all I was thinking, not just even before Luka fouled out, just, the way we started off the fourth quarter and giving up those, 2 baskets where it went up 21. Again, we could have folded, but we kept playing.
Right here in the middle.
Hey, Kai. In the middle, Blake Elliott, 105.3 The Fan. It's been shared that teams, when they go up 3-0, no one's come back from that. What is Kyrie Irving's mindset on staying positive within himself and then within the team to push this to a 7-game series?
Man, I just really think about going home and just, this is a metaphor here, so just be ready. Just go home, get the ammo ready, get the bazooka, get the 50 cal ready, get everything ready, because it's, when we come into game 4, we know that we got to shoot our gun, we got to shoot our shots, and we got to do it with an aggression. And defensively, we got to continue to do the things that creates that separation for us. When we're playing against them, they shoot a lot of tough threes. They really rely on their 3-point shot to create that separation for themselves offensively, to play with a comfortability. But we just got to stay positive. And for me personally, again, I'm just going home, just dusting off the tools and just getting ready for a tough game 4.
Fifth row, third Z done.
Kyrie, Jake Fisher with Yahoo Sports. Luka is dealing with a lot of injuries right now, and he has this massive offensive workload. But what have you seen from his struggles defensively with how often Boston is targeting him, both on ball and in off ball action?
Well, it's not the first time a team has tried to target Luka on the defensive end. So for us, we've just trying to put a great shell defense around not only him but the rest of the team. It's going to be a great defensive challenge for anybody to guard Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and then you have other guys that are playing roles that are pretty much great team roles that they fulfilled. Drew Holiday and Al Horford, they're great offensive players too. But when you have those guys on the backside making decisions and playing high IQ, they're gonna make you pay for your mistakes. And then you got Dereck White catching the ball, by his waist or above his head and still shooting the threes and making timely threes. So again, you got to give them credit, but I think still we have a belief that we can win one game at a time and take this series a little bit further.
Front row here on the right.
Mac Engel, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. You guys had 15 assists. Do you think your ball movement was significantly better to get a higher number, or are they just guarding you guys too well and taking away other opportunities off passes?
That's a great question. I think when you see us out there, there are a lot of shots at the rim that are contested by one person or two people. I think at this point, it's more of a pride thing for us to go and finish. And when we have a one-on-one matchup, we feel like we can take advantage of it. So that could be part of their game plan where, while we're out there, I could hear them yelling certain things like, don't contest it, just let them play one-on-one. So there's a little bit of cat and mouse going on, just seeing if we can finish our shots. And I feel like we're getting great looks, and we just got to convert them.
Tim here in the middle.
Tim Cato from The Athletic. I wanted to ask you about Dereck Lively. He talked about his games 1 and 2 were not, he felt, he described himself as just not being his best, overwhelmed by the moment. He's a 20-year-old who has played more minutes at his age than anybody in NBA Finals history. What you saw from him in Game 3, the way that he rallied and looked more comfortable, closed the game, is that just another step of maturity or another step that, he has made in this very impressive rookie season of his?
For sure. The journey is a reward, and I've always told him that this mission is bigger than us. It's not just solely focused on this year. We have a future together where we're going to continue to grow as teammates. And for him to take accountability like that after Game 2 to be 20 years old, that's a big step. I definitely wasn't there emotionally or mature-wise. So he definitely deserves his flowers. And he rallied us tonight, came to the bench and just told us to keep believing. And when you have one of the youngest guys on the team, if not the youngest guy on the team, speaking like that, I mean, it's one of two choices. We can either follow his lead and, continue to ride his energy, or we fold up. And I think that we made the former choice, and we kept playing and kept competing, and it just wasn't enough. But I got to, give a big shout out to D-Live for just keeping us at bay and keeping us at peace, man. That was special. That was special. And those are moments that you remember forever and that you carry on as a teammate that can help you down the line.
Tomer here on the right.
Kyrie, Tomer Azarli with Clutch Points. I'm just curious, midway through the third quarter, late in the third quarter, I think the shot distribution between you and Luka was like 20 apiece, and the rest of the guys had like 3 each. Given how, the cat and mouse that you talked about, how they're kind of playing you guys, what are you seeing out there that could be done differently, again, given the way they're defending you guys?
We just got to convert. I feel like we're getting a lot of shots that we like, and when you have Luka going against Peyton Pritchard or D. White in the post or somebody else in the post, we feel really good about it. Now isn't the time to hold our head on, not converting shots that we normally have made majority of this playoff run. We just got to keep attacking. And nights like tonight, you kind of could expect that we were going to be very aggressive. We want to win, and our teammates want to win alongside us. So for us, we just got to convert and be more efficient and, see where it goes from there.
Last question here, Tim.
Tim McMahon, ESPN. Obviously a frustrating night for Luka, especially having to watch the last 4+ minutes. What do you say to him tonight?
You just got to let it breathe a little bit. Let the human emotions come out, and just give him a hug. That's it, man. It's easy to point the finger at just him and say, you could be better, and that's easy to say. I think he knows that. But yeah, it's just reiterating that I got his back and we all have his back. And it's a tough game, and it was a tough call. We could have probably done a little bit something different on this fifth foul, just to give us a little bit more of a grace period to set our defense and get him on a matchup. But hindsight's 20/20. But we just got to wash our hands with this and get ready for Game 4.
Thanks, Gary.
Let's get to it.
Hi, Josh Bowe, MavsMoneyball.com. Dereck, with Boston all series, the way they can score at the rim and space you out the corner, tonight they got a lot of more corner threes. What do you guys do now down 3-0 to try to keep trying to adjust and try to take something away, whether it's the rim or the corner?
We just got to make history. We got to go out there and we just got to play like our lives on the line. We got to be able to make sure that we're not giving up corner threes. The game plan is allowing them to get to the rim, allowing them to take pull-up twos. So we're going to keep letting them do that, but we got to be able to rotate well. We got to be able to talk, communicate, and know where the pass is going to go and know where we need to be.
Fifth row on the left, Dan.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports over here, Dereck. Right over here.
Gotcha.
Sorry. You said you got to play like your lives are on the line. 156 teams have been down 3-0. No one's made it back yet. What was the mood in the locker room when you guys got back there? What's the vibe of the team standing right now?
We all know what it takes. We all know we got to put everything in our minds, our body, and our soul into this game. We watching film, we talking to one another, we're trying to figure out what we need to do. They're a great team, so you got to give them that. They know how to score. They've been doing this for a long time. So, we just got to be able to step up, learn, and just be able to adapt.
Third row in the middle, Tim.
Gotcha.
Tim Cato, The Athletic. Coming into this game, the adjustment that you guys were trying to make, did you feel like you guys did a good job executing them? Was it just that, even when you were executing them, that once again, Boston is just that good of a team? Like, obviously, there's even an 11-man rotation that Jason Kidd was using tonight.
It really comes down to us, just taking our foot off the gas. There was times in the game that we allowed them to be comfortable, allowed them to walk into threes, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to make the shots that they get, and we're going to give them. We just can't take our foot off the gas. There was times in, I'd say the third quarter and the end of the second that we just allowed them to go on runs. We allowed them to get comfortable, and, we just can't allow that to happen. We got to be able to be up in their grill the entire game and not let our foot off the gas.
Second row on the right.
Hi, Dereck. Joey Mastretta, Clutch Points. I wanted to ask just about when Luka fouls out, what is the mindset with the team, maybe a sense of urgency to just, step up and try to win that game?
Next man up mentality. No matter if I foul out, no matter if Luka fouls out or Kai, it's a next man up mentality. No matter who's on the floor, no matter what's going on in the game, we all putting our heart and soul in trying to win. I feel like we did an amazing job throughout the whole game. Even though when we slipped up, we were staying together, we were staying positive, and we were doing whatever we could to try to win. But we just got to be able to we got to take care of the little things. The little details is what's going to cost us the game.
First over here on the left, Brad.
Following up on that, Brad Townsend, Dallas Morning News, when he did get his sixth foul, and then there was the coach's challenge, it's so rare for him to foul out. What were you thinking during that challenge?
I didn't think it was a foul. I don't think any of us did. But you can't take back what the refs call. You can't take back that moment. So seeing him foul out, he putting his trust in us, his teammates, as I would do if I fouled out. So just because he fouls out doesn't mean we're all going to look down. We're all going to be like, oh, boo-hoo, we lost. We're going to keep our foot on the gas. We were trying to do whatever we could to stay in the game and try to win. And that's what, we weren't able to come up short, but, we're going to learn from our mistakes.
Any other questions for Dereck? Dwayne Price here on the left, on the right.
Wayne Price, Mavs.com. When you guys found out that Porzingis wasn't going to play, what was the mindset going into the game?
Us as bigs, we were just trying to make more of an impact than we have the past two games. Trying to duck in, trying to be all over the glass, no matter if it's defensive or offensive, and just try to be able to get out and run. Since they were trying to pass off Porzingis' man a lot, but even with that, we were trying to put Al Horford in it, any other elephants, and just trying to be able to just get the mismatches, get the space, and get the shots that we like.
Front row, Mike.
Mike Curtis, Dallas Morning News. Obviously, we know Kyrie's had a pretty rough go for it, just the first two games. What did you see from him tonight and trying to lead your team, especially when Luka was out?
He came out, he was ahead of the snake. I feel like he was leading us, making sure that we had the energy, making sure we talking to each other, staying positive, and then setting each other up. he was talking to us, saying what he needs from us and what we need from him. He's been a great leader. He had a great game today, and I know he's going to have another one on Friday.
Fifth row, Jake.
Jake Fisher, Yahoo Sports. On the long lines of the Porzingis absence, what did you see of Xavier Tillman tonight after he wasn't really a factor in the series? Came out, was like a +9, had some stops on Luka.
He's a great defender. He's been in the league for a while. He understands the game. He understands the schemes of what they're trying to do and what we're trying to do. There was a couple of times that, he got on the ball, he was moving his puppies. You got to tip your hat to that. But just because that happens, just because they're adding a new person in doesn't mean anything. We were just trying to do what we do. Get out in pace, get out, pass the ball, throw it ahead, get to the rim. If not, get quarter threes and just move the ball around.
Any other questions for Dereck?
Hi, Coach. Joey Mistretta, Clutch Points right here. The motto with this team all season's kind of been resiliency. Obviously, the story is going to be you're down 0-3, make history. How do you guys go about just taking it one game at a time, taking care of business in that sense?
Yeah, I think that's what we talked about this evening after the game was, just one possession at a time. We'll watch film tomorrow and get ready for Friday.
Tim Cato with The Athletic. Jason, you played 11 players in the first half. What were you looking for with the rotations and, an attempt to find somebody who could contribute early on?
Yeah, we were trying to find someone to come off the bench and give us a spark. It doesn't always have to be someone making a shot. And I thought the guys that played tonight, helped us get the lead or get back into the game. When you look at some of the guys who played, we got good looks. Some of them made them, some of them didn't. But I thought the group that played there, once that third quarter, got away from us, it just showed the group kept playing. And I thought D-Live was great during the timeouts. He was, still positive and telling guys that we could still get back into this. And it turns, into a one-possession game. But also just with the bodies that we were throwing out there, with just the fatigue, trying to get fresh legs and trying to keep everybody fresh as we knew it was going to be, come down to the fourth quarter. And unfortunately, we lost Luka there when he fouled out.
Tim McMahon, ESPN. Obviously, you having a chance to look at the replay of the foul, Luka 6. What did you think of that?
They called a foul. I was stuck. I had to challenge it. So I had to challenge because it was, a close call. But the referee called it a foul. You got to move on, move forward.
And then, third straight game, you guys don't crack 100 points. Came out, lighted it up in the first quarter. Why do you think things bogged down really until the fourth quarter for you offensively?
Yeah, we missed some layups. We had some good looks. We missed layups. We missed some open threes. We had some. Again, we missed a three. Kai misses a pull-up that we would take, every time. It's a one-possession game, and unfortunately, we just could not get over the hump tonight.
Jake Fisher, fifth row.
Jake Fisher, Yahoo Sports. Luka's obviously dealing with a bunch of injuries. He has such an intense workload on the offensive side of the ball. But what more would you like to see from him on the defensive side of things when he's the one that Boston's hunting and all these switches and they're putting him in off-ball actions and stuff like that?
Yeah, he is definitely got a bullseye on his chest, and so he's got to be able to guard and understand that we're there to protect him and help him if he does get beat. But again, he's carrying the load offensively, and they are putting him in every pick and roll and ISO, and so he's got to be able to play the game where he can rest on offense and let others carry the load.
Right, fourth row.
Yeah, Coach Daniel Bell, BSO. You guys were 10 of 13 in the paint in the first quarter, 16 of 41 after that. What did you see from the Celtics that gave you guys a problem after the first?
Yeah, I don't know if it was the Celtics. I think we just we missed some bunnies tonight. understanding that that's just part of the game. I think with fatigue, mentally and physically, we just missed some layups that we hadn't missed here in the playoffs. And give them credit; they make it tough, and they will wear on you as the game goes on. We got off to a good start, but I didn't see where they affected us in the sense of we missed some layups, and that's just a game of basketball. It happens.
Right here in the middle.
Blake Elliott, 105.3 The Fan. Jason, outside of the film room and X's and O's that you'll do over the next day until Game 4, what is kind of a way to clear your mind or clear the team's mind or get the kind of a different message through for Game 4 to them?
Yeah, I think for us, this is a quick turn, so we don't have time to go to the park or anything. We got to figure out how to score the ball, take care of the ball. Again, Brown and Tatum, when you give up 60 points to those guys, we don't have time to go clear our minds. We got to do better, and that's for everybody who's playing.
On the left, Amin
El-Hassan, Meadowlark Media. Coach, what was there any discussion about Luka's fifth foul? I'm challenging that when Jaylen Brown hooked, and if not, why not?
Maybe we should have challenged all of them. I mean, you're going to ask that question about challenging the fifth foul. Why wouldn't we challenge them all?
Well, I mean, just because it seemed because Brown hooked him, it looked like there was a hook there, and
yeah, looks can be deceiving.
Dan on the left.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. 2-possession game in the final minute in Game 2, 2-possession game down into the final minute in Game 3. To come away from that, down 0-3, how do you keep the guys feeling positive moving into Game 4 as opposed to feeling like kind of maybe you missed your best shot?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think when you look at experience, we're all learning, what it means to be on this stage and going through it. There's a lot of young players on our side who have never done this before. So just to understand, we'll talk about that this experience that we're going through is a healthy thing. It's not a bad thing. We're down 3-0. We felt like Game 2 and Game 3 were better for us, and that's the way we have to play. And then offensively, we just got to get some other people to step up and make some shots for us.
Last question, second row.
Coach Kidd, Noah Weber of the Smoking Cuban. There in the second half, you're on that big run, and you called that timeout. I was curious as to your reasoning behind that, and how do you balance wanting to get your guys some rest, but also wanting to keep the momentum of the run?
What timeout?
And I think it was in the fourth.
At the end of the fourth? What
During the 20-2 run.
I called a couple timeouts.
Okay, the one that was at the end of the 20-2 run?
When we missed the 2 shots?
To be honest, I don't remember what happened before it. I just know it was a timeout.
That's tough. Why are you guys laughing? I asked what timeout was it. I called a couple timeouts. You gotta do better. 5:25. Right, and we missed the 3. Thank you. We missed the 3 and we missed Kai's pull-up, and it's a 1-possession game. So that's why we called the timeout. We exerted a lot of energy on the defensive end and offensive end, so that's why we called the timeout. Thanks for clarifying that. Way to step up.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.